Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at Market Site in Times Square, we have Steve Brown. He's Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk. And we're here for the midday update from the mid. Steve, it's great to have you back with me as always. And the story this entire week has been these major averages hitting all-time highs. NDX, the clear outperformer.
Yeah, NDX is doing very well. It's steadily higher, as you can see. Market moving averages are both sloping upward. That's one of the top performers.
Right.
Yeah, I did a little kind of funny, a little cocktail nap in work, but if you extrapolated this gain all the way through the end of the year, the NDX will be up 100% by the December 31st.
I saw that in your note, which is quite incredible. And of course, the NDX being the Nasdaq 100, it's our top 100 listed names, ex financials. Tech's been leading the way. It's the clear outperformer of the year, so it really is no surprise. And if we take a look at it, I think you pointed it out in the midday note, even though it's trading well above the RSI, that could potentially signal that it's overbought. Do you think that it is at this point?
You know, it's interesting. Overbought is one of these terms. Something to note, but it definitely does not mean sell. I went back and looked at this. If you go back a couple years, in 2017, it was overbought for at least 5 times, and I mean decent stretches, not a one-day blip. In 2017 was just up to the end of the year. So it's something to note, but it's not certainly a sign to turn on and panic and go somewhere else. One thing analysts are saying is this could be an indication that people will start looking at other parts of the market that have been neglected and focusing less on the winners since they're already so richly valued. We've seen that a little bit this week. The Russell 2000 is doing well. It's been lagging lately, so it's been doing well this week, catching up. We also said that the healthcare sector has been beaten up the last 2 weeks. It outperformed yesterday, and same with the REIT space. It's doing well the last few days, where it has been pretty much neglected the last few weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging to find some value in this market, particularly where the valuations are, as you had mentioned. Let's also take a look at this chart that you have up here. It is oil versus the energy sector. There's a big divergence there. Oil's performing, but it doesn't seem as if the energy stocks have caught up.
It sort of fits with this. Oil, well, you have two different types of investors in the crude commodity versus the energy stocks. Energy's down the most today, down about 1%, pulling back, even though crude is not moving that much. The bigger thing is the market, stock investors are looking for growth. That's where the thing is. Energy is not really a growth segment in the equity markets anymore. So you get a lot more volatility in the crude oil itself, but the stocks are staying firm. In fact, today, the only S&P energy company in the green is Anadarko. Every single other member is in the red. It's why? Because it just growth isn't there. We had the director of the IEA out last night talking about, hey, there's plenty of oil, even though Iran is going offline, there's plenty of supply that should keep prices in check. And without the price gains, the stocks are going to.
I mean, it's a great point that you bring up that everyone's out there looking for growth. But even in terms of market action, if we take a look at the major averages right now, we are literally flatlining for the day. And of course, it's earnings. Action is taking place pre and post market. Is there anything else on the tape this week besides earnings?
Earnings are the big thing, and we got some big ones coming out tonight. Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla. Just a few. Then we'll have Amazon tomorrow night. We have that. But beyond that, tomorrow we have unemployment claims. That's kind of routine. We'll have GDP number out on Friday, which is nice to know, but it's looking at Q1. And that's really about it for this week. We've already had everything else is out.
Sounds like after hours is going to be a lot of fun today. Tomorrow. Thank you so much, Steve, as always, for joining me at Market Site. And thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.